too.
Awesome.
Oh.
I teach artists how to make money online. I'm Amy from Amy Parker Art and founder of Creative Warriors membership. This is my friend Jamie, and she owns Creations of Studio 39. So if you all had missed a couple of weeks ago,
2 weeks
that
ago.
was our first Amy and Jamie coffee chat. Cheers to you, Jamie.
Yes, I have my pumpkin spice mug.
I have my big house mug.
That is hilarious. It's even
It's
got like the little.
yeah, it's
Where did you
actually
get that?
well, my husband works at this club. He's a sound engineer,
Oh, okay.
DJ, karaoke host. He does all kinds of stuff like that. And this is one of the main clubs that he works at. So like I get all of these,
Oh,
coffee
nice.
mugs
Free coffee
and
mugs.
and t-shirts, beer t-shirts and all this stuff. I'm like, oh my goodness. That's kind of like my wardrobe too.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I'm kind of working on it's a giant mug. It looks like yours is a pretty big mug. Like I think 2 cups of coffee fit in this mug.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, I feel like I need that this morning. I'm kind of like slow waking up. I don't know about everyone else. Go ahead and say hi as you pop on. Oh, awesome. Hillary
Hey,
says
there's
energy
Hillary.
drink once again.
Hillary, what kind of energy drink? I know there's like a million different kinds.
My sister was doing the energy drinks as well, but then she was telling me she was getting like too much energy. She's like, oh, I had to like cut that down.
Yeah.
And I just sip on mine because I'm pretty sensitive to the caffeine as well.
Mm,
So I'm like a
not
slow
me.
sipper.
I can drink coffee like at 9:30 and still like go to sleep. It's
I've
not
got
good.
right. Monster zero sugar, she says.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my son would drink that one.
Hmm.
So, the zero sugar because it's better than I think it's all the caffeine that's in there just as much as the sugar too though. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, anyone watching inside of the actual event? I'm just curious to make sure that we're
Oh yeah, because I
getting
don't
in there.
remember last time. I know I've done ones and somebody just said the other day it didn't show up in the event, so I didn't click the right thing for it to show up in the event.
Jamie, I think you did just
Did
fine
it that
because
time?
I
Okay.
I do remember the first time that we did. I know my friend Brenda said that she was watching in the event.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, so I think we're good with that.
Okay.
Yeah, Karen says, I wish I had that problem. Yep, I can.
Yeah, where she could go to sleep after yeah.
She's Karen, you're like, yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, coffee and go to bed.
I'm going to pull up
Hillary.
our event and stream it to one of my groups because I
Yeah,
have people asking, and so I think that that'll just be easier. So
awesome.
let me get to our.
Sure.
I thought
Hey,
that I would check
Jessica.
that and make sure. So
Pouring coffee now. Wonderful. So go ahead. If you have any questions for us, let us know. Jamie's just doing a couple techie things that I probably should be doing as well. But you know what? I'm not really that awake yet. So I'm just going to let her
yeah, and
do
I'm
her
just kind of
thing.
like doing them from my phone. So
And my husband actually has my phone right now because I needed him to wake up to bring one of our kitties to the vet. So, um, good morning, Brenda, watching on Facebook. Awesome.
oh,
Thank
good.
you so much for being here. And hello, YouTube. We're on YouTube as well.
Oh,
Uh,
okay, okay.
yeah. I know we're on my page right now, Amy Parker Art, and on my YouTube, Amy Parker Art. But for those of you that haven't met my friend Jamie, you're in for a treat because she is so sweet, amazing, super smart business woman. And Jamie and I have known each other for quite a while now,
I think
and we were
I
in
think
a
almost three
membership
years.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in a membership together. We were in a couple courses together, some breakout sessions together, and we just really had a connection with each other. And every once in a while, I'll message her or she will message me and we'll like jump on a Zoom. And then I can't remember which one of us, I think it was you, Jamie. We just had this brainstorm one morning like, hey, why don't
Because
we
we were
just
having
do
coffee. And we were like answering questions, and we just thought maybe other people would like want to have coffee with us, and they could ask questions, and we could just kind of
Yeah. So that's kind of how that was born. So this is our second coffee chat, and we plan on doing this every other Friday. So not next
and
week,
we'll
the week
alternate
after.
pages. So
Yes.
I still have to set up the event for 2 weeks from now, which would be I think February 8th or something like that.
I don't even have my
And
calendar pulled up right now.
yeah,
If somebody knows, let us know.
and
What's
February 10th it looks like. So I
Yeah.
was close.
So the next coffee chat will be on Jamie's page, Creations of Studio 39. Jamie, how did you come up with that name for your business? I'm curious because I have a little backstory for a studio name that I had.
Oh, I've done a couple of videos and kind of shared a little bit of the story, but it's kind of a longer, involved story. But I'll tell you, there's two different reasons. When I was the year that I turned 39, I was working at a high school in the art department, and it was coming up for the levy that year, and I was being evaluated that year, and my contract did not get renewed. So I was at the school for 13 and a half years and found myself as a single mom without a job.
Oh, yeah.
And I had just purchased a house. No, was that? Anyway, so I lost my teaching job when I was 39. My contract didn't get renewed. And it was part of that reason coming back 13 and a half years later to start my own business that I wanted. That number 39 is very significant, and that's the other part of it.
Yeah.
And I can tell you real quick because I think I can do it kind of quickly, but that was part of it. So when I started my business, it was kind of like full circle coming back around to, I kind of redeemed that loss of that job at age 39, right? Because I put that in my business name.
Right.
But let me try this with you, because do you have a favorite number?
14.
Okay. Put in the chat if you have a favorite number. So there was a lesson. Are you familiar with the artist Charles Indiana, who did the number 5?
No, doesn't ring a bell.
So it's a number 5, and it gets like smaller and smaller. And there was a lesson, and maybe I was going to be teaching about that artist, or I came across the lesson or something. And it said, if you don't have a favorite number, this is how you can figure one out. So go ahead and put your favorite number and put it in the chat. And if you don't have one, I'm going to tell you how you can figure one out. And that is how that 39 kind of became my favorite number.
Awesome.
So the lesson said to take your birth date, like your day of your birthday. So what's the day of your birthday, Amy?
26.
Okay, so mine's the 12th. And what you do is you reduce that to a single number. So you would take 1 plus 2 is mine, so it's 3. And so you said yours was the 28th?
26.
26. So 6 plus 2 is 8. So that's my favorite number based on that.
Oh, okay.
I have 2 sons, and at the time I was single, so there was 3 of us. And so hey there, Barbara. I know she was one of the ones that was trying to find. This is not like numerology or anything like.
I'm like, oh my gosh, are we gonna have to do math early in the morning?
So I have 2 sons, and I thought, well, there's 3 of us. I'm gonna see, because my oldest son, his birthday is the 3rd. So I was like, okay, wait a second. My favorite number is the 3rd based on this, and his. And my other son's birthday is the 21st. So there were 3 of us. All of our numbers were 3 based on the birth date.
Wow.
So I decided to go ahead and test it even further. So I went ahead and put my full birth date, right? The month, the date, and the year. And I added that all up and reduced it down to a single number. Do you want to know what it was? It was 9.
Oh, wow.
So it's 3 to the 3rd power.
Wow.
I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. Do you know that I added up both of my sons' birthday, and all three of us have the 3 and the 9.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah. So
co-
it was
all
very just
cosmically connected.
yeah, it was just like very synchronistic. And so that number 39 has just, been my favorite number. And I was teaching at the time, and I remember like the next fall, you have those teacher in service things. And so I'm sitting around my teacher friends and whatever, and we get like a packet of what we're going to go through in the teacher thing, and it had numbers on there to give away prizes, right? And they pick the numbers. Do you know my packet said number 39 on it? I elbowed my friend and I said, "Hey, I'm going to win something today." Like I said it with all the confidence. She was like, "What?" I said, "I'm going to win something today. I know, because this is my favorite number. It's my luck, it's my lucky number, whatever." And I did. I
What
ended up
did you
winning this
win?
like clock.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So there you go. I see some people putting their favorite numbers in there.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have a favorite number, just take the day of your birthday and reduce it to a single number. And just by adding the numbers and, kind of keep reducing it. So yeah. So
Very
that's where the
cool.
number 39. And I wanted to just have it Studio 39, but there's like some accounting firm or something. And
Oh, yeah.
so I started playing around with other words and the creations I put in front of it.
Yeah,
So.
it is difficult when we're trying to find a business name. There are so many, there's already so many names out there,
I
right? So
know.
sometimes
I
it can
question
be,
mine all the time. If
oh
you
no,
have a
I love
business,
yours. I think you got a very unique, very cool name.
well, yeah, and that's the thing. Like it's unique to me, and there's no, it's just long. So yeah. So I shorten it to CS39. I have like
Oh,
acronyms for everything.
yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, you're good with that. Yeah. Yeah, so true, Brenda.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was just asking Jamie because years ago, I mean, I used to own a hair salon before I started my online art business, and my hair salon name was Studio 23. But
Oh, really?
the reason I named it that was because I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, people, creative. I've always wanted to sell my paintings for a living, but I always thought way back in the
Well,
beginning, like,
hopefully
oh,
you guys
that's
can hear my
not
dog.
possible. Even though it is, I've proven that it is. But so I did other side businesses, and I had a hair salon for a while. And the reason I called it the Studio 23 was because that's the number of my home. And we have an addition on our home that we turned into the salon. And then once I got busy and I had a couple employees here,
Hey,
and then we
hey, Amy, can
grew.
you hold on just for a second? I have
Oh
to
yeah,
close the
you
door. My
dog.
dog is barking, and it's
Anyway, I'll tell you all. So then as the salon grew, I moved on to the Union Ave in our city, and I opened up the salon there. So we had a bigger space, and I hired more employees and things like that. But that's how I got the name, because it was the number of my house.
oh, very fun. See, I didn't even know that, and we have like that connection too.
Yeah. So Hillary says mine would be 1 + 9, which equals 10. Do I then reduce it?
Right.
That
So
one.
1 would be your favorite. Yeah. So sometimes they have to be added up. And like when I did my entire birth date, so I have like the 10, the 12, and the 1967. So yeah, I'm telling you what year I was born and stuff. And you have to kind of keep reducing it. Yeah.
Hi, Galen.
Oh, Karen says she's got a Studio 227 that's her sister's. Oh, that's cool. That's funny because I think Karen's page has started showing up in my Facebook feed. Isn't
Karen's
that just the
amazing.
craziest thing? Because
Karen
we're
is
connected and yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Karen's amazing. I love you, Karen. She's one of my Creative Warrior members. So isn't Kellen and Madeline. I see some of my members on here. And Karen's an amazing artist. She has a great story. I won't tell the whole thing, but I'm like so proud of her because I'm actually a Karen Finnegan art collector myself.
Oh,
I have a few pieces from her, and her work is great. And the thing is, hopefully she won't be like, Amy, don't talk about me. But I'm so amazed with Karen because she is a realistic painter. She paints in watercolor, and I'm talking spot on realism. And she has been
wow.
painting for about 2 years now. I mean,
Oh my
I was blown
gosh.
away. So anyway, I could tell so many stories about my members. I love them all. They're all so amazing. Just like I'm sure you too, Jamie, with all of your members. But anyway, Jamie and I would love to answer any business questions that you all have. You know me, I love to help you market your paintings online, start your art businesses, show you techie things. I'm currently running a course right now, my first course. We're in module 3. We have 8 modules, and that's going wonderful. It's called Artist Breakthroughs Website Gallery because I'm teaching those who signed up for that course how to create their own Wix website with their own art gallery on it, like
Which is
I have.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm so proud of them as well. Inside of my membership, we don't get into all the website stuff because inside of Creative Warriors, it's mostly revolves around how to like market and promote yourself online as an artist using social media. And sometimes that can get a little tricky, and we know social media changes like the wind, right? So that's kind of
I
what we do in there.
I actually don't agree with that.
Oh, really? Tell me your thoughts.
No. I have talked about during my course and my membership and things like that, that as far as like the social media being on Facebook and really a lot of different platforms, it's a free platform for
Right.
us to use,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So I don't think anything changes. I think that we actually affect how they do things because their ultimate goal is to get ads in front of us. I don't think that's ever going to change.
No, I
As
think I
yeah.
don't know if you misunderstood, but I was talking about like the little techie things within each platform. You know how like
Like
we have
where things are and
yeah,
yeah,
so it's
like the
like
new
just trying
page experience.
yeah, so you get into like a groove and then it's like, oops, now I gotta switch over from my
Yeah,
personal
like we
profile
were
to my
talking about
business.
switching back and forth. Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah,
kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Ellen,
yeah.
I will see her
And we
today.
talked a little bit about that before we started that, that does get frustrating, but here's a little tip that I learned from I think it was Amy Porterfield or Marie Forleo. I follow both of them. And they said that they had this revelation one day and they told themselves 4 words. And the 4 words were I don't do overwhelm.
Perfect.
I don't do frustrated.
I'm gonna write that down.
I don't do whatever the thing is. So I try not to look at things as frustrations. I always try to think that there must be a reason because those people that are making those decisions know way more than I do.
Yeah.
And so I figured that there must be a reason. And we talked a little bit about before. I don't have any connection to know this, but I just feel like the reason that they're doing that is maybe to keep our business page more separated from our personal profile so that if our business page gets hacked, which if you don't have two-factor authentication on your business page, do that right now. Like you can actually go leave this video for a second, go do that, and then come back. Like it's so important.
Hmm.
And I think that maybe part of the reason why they separated that out has something to do with that. That it won't make it as difficult for us to get our personal profile back, even if our business page gets hacked because they're kind of
Yeah.
separated.
Yeah.
So that's
I
just my
really want
theory.
to
I don't know.
adopt that thought process because I like that.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I think that we all probably have a friend or know someone that did get hacked,
Yeah.
and it's just a nightmare. I've got some glitches with my own business page that I've been running for years. Like when it comes to my Facebook ads that I just started getting back into. even though I don't teach my members how to do that, because I'm all about teaching you organically how to grow your business,
Yeah, me
because
too.
I found success like that myself. But once you get to another level in your business, then it's like, okay, well, what's the next step? So now I'm trying out, the ads. But I have a glitch on my page, is it won't let me monetize for my reels anymore because it says that I don't live in this country. It would not let me, yeah, it would not let me run a Facebook ad because it was saying I don't have access to this account, blah, 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 right? So it was literally, Jamie, I know you were talking about trying to be positive, find a workaround. We need to do that in business all the time. And that was a frustrating try to find an answer for me. But I did. I finally figured out a work around.
Yeah.
So now I just created a new ad account and things like that. But it took me a little over 2 months to try and get the answers and how to fix it. I'm still not monetized on for the reels. They'll monetize me for other stuff on my page, but not the reels because I don't live in the US, even though I do.
I have probably a couple people on here that might know this story, but it was November a year plus ago, right? So it would have been November of 2021, I guess. I got monetized for the reel. So that was during the time where they were inviting people. Mm-hmm. So I went through and I filled out all the information. So on Facebook, I show up as Jamie Norvell. My business checking account shows up as Jamie L. Norvell. Oh. So when I went to go monetize and fill out the information, I filled out what was on my business account at the bank.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting paid for reels.
Oh.
But I didn't know why.
Wow.
And you can't hardly get a response back. So in December, when I didn't get paid if you're getting monetized for reels, usually it's the 21st of the month that they send a payout. It's just once a month, and you have to earn up to $100 before they'll send the first payout. So I sent an email, went to the help, whatever, and sent an email, and I got a response back like at 3 a.m. or something like that. This has been forwarded to, the higher level, whatever, it's been escalated, right? That's what they tell you. I never got any kind of response back. Amy, for 7 months, I sent an email every single month because I was not getting paid. I could see it accruing. Mm-hmm. And I actually had a reel that got to 3.4 million views that I was getting paid for.
Awesome, my friend.
It had accrued quite a bit. Finally, I realized, and I put some number, I put like an account number or something for my personal profile, like me on Facebook. And I got a response back, and they sent me to a direct link to fill out the payment information. And I realized after I refreshed it and did it, it was separate. It was a different place I had never gone to. And I thought that it might have had something to do with it not being connected. So I have two, and I have to make sure that I toggle to the one that just says Jamie Norvell. I've got some other one, hanging out there that says Jamie L. Norvell.
Thanks for that. I mean, who knows?
In June or July, I forget whichever one, it must have been June is when I got it all corrected. And I thought that I was going to get paid out in July. I actually got paid out sooner, and it was one big lump sum.
Nice, good. I'm so happy for you that you got that.
Yeah, that I finally figured it out.
Yeah, thank you for that. I'm going to have to do some investigating. But the thing is, I was getting paid before, and then they just shut it off because they said, "Oh, you don't live in this country." But the funny thing is, since they said I don't live in this country, they've started monetizing me on my profile. So now I'm getting paid over there. But the thing is, it's like, well, I really want it on my business page because I want to be doing reels about business and things like that, as well. But it is what it is. But thank you for that tip. Do you know this right off the top of your brain, Jamie?
Let me look. I'm on my my business profile. So let me see if I can go in there and find it. It's probably in the admin settings, but I don't remember like exactly where. Yeah. So let me see if I can find it. Sometimes when I'm on StreamYard or Zoom, it runs really slow. and I don't know that I can pull it up on my phone as well. So I am going to manage, and I'm looking to see where it is in here. Kellen, I will come back and put it in there when I can. It's running really slow for me to, and I don't want to take up a lot of time, doing that. But it's somewhere there in the settings. So I will find it, and I'll put directions or something, or put where it is when I come back here. So yeah, Karen says in admin settings. That's where I was thinking too. I just can't pull it up to see like exactly where.
Yeah, I'm in my privacy, but it's not showing in there. It's they took away like my manage. It's actually back now, but I'm glad it's back. But like last week when I went to my business page and I went under my profile picture to click on manage, it was just gone for like a whole week. I'm like, where did it go? And then to get to my meta, I would have to click the messenger button for some weird reason.
Yeah, and it's different on my phone. So that's why I didn't want to go there.
Yeah, it would take me a while to go through here too, because it is, with the new versions and everyone's looks different, but let me see. You can click on the help center as well too. Two-factor. Let's see.
So I think that it's in Meta Business Suite, and then I went to all tools and then page settings. Karen says that's why she bookmarks everything.
Oh my gosh, I have so many bookmarks as well, but I don't have that one bookmarked. I know I have my two-factor, but I'll receive a code.
And then I think it's underneath privacy. I'm looking to see if that's where it is. I don't know. But Kellen, I will come back and I will put it in here. I just don't, it's been so long ago. Oh, she said it's not underneath page setting because that's where she went. So yeah, sometimes the Facebook Help Center, that's where I go to too. And I'll search it that way.
Security and login settings. Scroll down to use two-factor authentication. I'm actually going to copy this page, and then I'll put it right into
Put it in there.
The StreamYard comment. And then Kellen, tell me if you can click on that, because I think that's going to show you.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think that I can go in and make a comment like that.
Barbara has Wix too. Awesome. Thank you.
Very good. I didn't see if anybody else had other questions up there. And there was something that I was thinking about that somebody had asked me, and I thought that I would answer. Oh, so Brenda says, do you think professional mode on Facebook is safe where it connects your personal profile? So Amy, you can maybe answer this, but my view of the professional mode on Facebook, it's not connecting your business page. What it's doing is allowing you, because right now on Facebook, on your personal profile, it is against their terms of service for you to sell. You risk having your personal profile taken off. I know you see people do it, but it's a risk. It is. Like, I know. So those people,
how I like to tell them is we're all on the highway speeding, and you may or may not get a ticket.
Yes, exactly. So what the professional mode allows you to do, and like Amy was talking about, and I have too, on my personal profile, I've put it in professional mode. And it technically now is a page as Facebook sees it. So there are some complications, challenges with that, but it allows you to be monetized for things. And that's how I'm able to be monetized on my personal profile for Reels. So technically, I'm not selling, but I'm being monetized. And now what I'm able to do is put ads on my Reels. I'm sure all of you have started seeing that. And that's the ultimate goal of Facebook, is to do that. So, they wanted to allow, but it was going against their terms of service to sell. So it's kind of their way to be able to do that. So it's not connecting your business page at all. There are people on Facebook who only have professional mode on their personal profile and do not have a business page. So they're getting monetized on their professional mode on there. So that's the way that I see it. But I will tell you, the one problem that I have had being in professional mode is I paid to be in a challenge group for some kind of training. And most of the time, you do not want to allow pages into your groups because it just doesn't create a community. I have a group that's a business related group, and I am allowing business pages, but I really, prefer they comment as themselves, right? People connect with you. They don't connect normally unless you're Nike, or something, Disney or whatever.
I can hear in my brain what you're going to say here, which I'm like, what the heck? I'm going to let you say it because I could be wrong, but go ahead. What was the issue?
The issue was I could not get into that group because they were not allowing pages. And I had to email them and email the admin or whatever and say, hey, I know it looks like this is a page, but this is my profile. And I think I had to give them my business page or, whatever. So what they had to do was, in a short little window, they had to release their settings to allow a page in, and then they put it back. Yeah. So it was a manual ad for me to get into that group. And what happened was, by that point, it was after the challenge. So they ended up refunding my money because I didn't get access to the live part of the challenge. And yeah.
Oh, wow. That hasn't happened to me yet, Jamie. I have been in some other groups as well and paid little workshops and things like that. But that's really good to know.
Yeah, it depends on the admin settings. If they haven't set that up, for pages not to be allowed in, because you do have to change that.
Right.
It defaults to allowing pages in, I believe.
Yeah, so, it does. Yeah. So Anna, maybe you can just go out and come back in. And I know she can't hear us. Maybe someone can type that in for her.
Yeah.
Because I believe everyone else can see and hear us okay. Correct?
Yeah.
Can everybody hear?
Do you know why sometimes I can't hear things? Because I'll wear my Bluetooth headset in the morning to, listen to something, and then I'll forget to turn it off. And then I'll go to answer my phone. I'm like, why can't I hear anything? Because it's coming through the earbuds.
Yeah. I'm guilty of that myself. It's like, what is up here? And then sometimes if I love to walk. I like to walk every day, but it is winter here and it's pretty darn cold. So sometimes I don't go outside and I'll just get on the elliptical. But usually when I'm walking outside and I have my earbuds in and it's connected to my phone, as soon as I walk by my driveway, then it connects to my car and this and that. It's like, we got to go and remember, shut this off, shut that off. This connects here and there. So techie stuff, right?
Yeah, it's 27 here in Ohio. So a little cold here too.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Anna. I'm wondering if after the fact, if you watch the recording, if you'll be able to hear it. Okay.
I do believe it does the captions when we're on StreamYard, right? So maybe that's what she's reading.
Geez, I don't know. That would be awesome. I'm not sure if I have to enable that on my end since we're using my StreamYard today.
No, I think that it automatically shows up.
I do know that after the fact on the recordings of the StreamYard, I do see the captions, but I'm not sure when we're actually live, if it's
gotcha.
the captions. Oh, no, it is. Anna's Anna's saying
Diana says she's seeing the captions.
the captions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what she's reading.
very cool.
Oh, very good.
Sorry about that glitch, Anna. Excuse me. The sip of my coffee. And is anybody else drinking coffee right now? I know some of you are going to get coffee, or maybe you're a tea person. I actually had some tea with my daughter the other night, and I'm not usually a tea person, but oh my gosh, it was so good. And she gave me the was it the throat coat? And I actually used to use that when I sang in a band years ago. And it was really good for your throat, the throat coat.
Oh.
But yeah, it was nice to have coffee the other night. I had to bring up one of my kitties to her. My big fluffy kitty, his name is Fluffy, who was beating up my 16-year-old cat, who my husband is taking to the vet right now. He's got some issues.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like I won't get into my whole animal spiel, but I mean, I'm an animal lover. I love my fur babies, and then we actually had to put our Chihuahua down this past August. Prior to that, a couple years before, we had to put our Boxer down. So we had the Boxer and the Chihuahua, one for 10 years, one for 13 years, and then we had Kirby, our 16-year-old cat. And my husband and I are like, okay, when Kirby's gone, that's it. We're not getting any more animals. And then the universe brought me 2 stray cats. So I have Fluffy, and oh my gosh, he's gorgeous. He looks like a purebred Norwegian forest cat. And then Vincent Van Gogh. We call him One Ear and Vincent Van Gogh. He literally has one ear because our neighbors got evicted and left him out in the wintertime, and he got frostbite. And so we took care of him. They're both microchipped for me now. I took them to the vet. I registered them. And I looked to see if Fluffy belonged anywhere for a couple of months. We couldn't get animal control, the whole 9 yards. But anyway, long story short, Fluffy, I love him so much, but he was beating up my old kitty. So my daughter took him, and we're trying to get him acclimated at her house. So I've got Vincent, who's hanging around in the studio looking at me, and Kirby's on his way to the vet. So anyway, I'll shut up now. That was my little animal spiel.
Well,
and I never thought I would have more animals, but it's like, oh my goodness.
You can tell us in the comments if you have some pets. So my husband, I just noticed, took our dog for a walk. So he rescued his dog before we ever met. And he's the cutest little puggle is what we think. So he's a pug and a beagle, kind of mixed, we think. Because like I said, he's a rescue, but he's got the curly
adorable.
Tail. So
yeah, he must be so adorable.
Oh yeah. And he just was taking him out for a walk, but his only thing is he just like barks at all the trucks. So I don't know who was out there, whatever. The mailman up and down the street, Amazon Prime, during the month of December is just, crazy. FedEx, all the trucks. Yeah. So
is he young? Is he a young
dog? When he rescued him about 11 years ago, and I think it'll be 11 years this summer. And they said he was probably around 2, when he rescued him.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, we let him outside and he goes sprinting after the geese. And, and he hasn't really slowed down. He's a little slower getting up. He sleeps maybe a little bit more than he used to, but he's still very playful, very energetic. We got him groomed yesterday. And they said, how old is he? He's, really healthy or whatever. And his teeth look good and,
nice.
All that. So, yeah.
They say smaller animals live longer.
Yeah.
Well. How big is he?
So my husband tries to keep him at about 20 pounds. So he knows the amount of food to give to him. And so he keeps him around 20.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. Yep. So there's our little animal. You didn't know for the coffee chat you were getting animal talk too.
So, oh my goodness.
Yep. And any other questions anybody has, we'll probably stay on for another like 5 to 8 minutes or something like that. And any business questions. I know, Amy, we've talked a little bit about this, and I don't know if everybody watching even knows about the buzz of everybody talking about the artificial intelligence.
Oh, right.
If you have a business and you have not started exploring that a little bit, it has been incredible. I have started using it for everything.
I used it to
And
write an email last week. I'm like,
yep,
oh, this is going to save my life.
yes,
Save some time here for sure.
yeah.
But I did have to go back and change a few lines to
Oh,
kind of,
yeah, yeah.
you know,
Oh, I see it just as a tool. I don't
yeah,
see it as something that's just going to replace, what I do. But as a creative, you can let us know in the chat. Like, yeah, Diana put the name in there. If you have, like, if you're just staring at a Word document to try to come up with an email, or you're in your platform I mean, sometimes that can just be like a stopping point. You don't even know where to get started.
yeah.
I sometimes will pull up an old email and copy it just so that I can have a starting point, or so that was what I used to do. And sometimes I'll still use those as like templates and things, but the chat GPT, and there's AI inside of Canva now, and it's just popping up everywhere. And I just see it as like yeah, like Diana said, it gives you ideas and a starting point. And what I really like is it really does feel like a chat, and I can
Yeah.
tailor it and guide it to what it is that I want to say. Or I was writing up something for a presentation that I was giving, doing a live video, or whatever. And I asked to come up with 3 different ideas, whatever. And I said in the chat, now give each one of those things a title. And it did a title. Now write an email for each one of those things. And it wrote an email based on what I had already chatted with it about.
Yeah,
So,
you're asking it good questions. And I think that's the thing
yes.
is we have to ask it, good questions, like
Yeah.
precise, and then we will get better answers. So,
Yeah. Anna,
um,
if you go and you just type in Open AI or Chat GPT, you'll find it. It's an open source. They do have a paid version, which I was waiting. I knew that they would come. It's like a
yeah,
pro version or something. I didn't look to see how much it was. But if you just type in Chat GPT, it should come up. It's not an app. Do not go to your app store and pay for anything. It is
and
not
that
a
was my
paid.
mistake. I
Yes,
even I even screenshotted
you did.
Jamie, remember, and I sent it to you, and you're like,
Yeah.
I made a webinar, but no,
No,
that's not
there
it.
there are
So,
tricky people that are already using it to try to copy what they're doing and charge for it. But it's an open source, and the reason for that is there. I guess it's kind of in beta testing, and now they've gotten to the point, and it's only going to get better and more refined as we use it. So they're gathering the information that we're, feeding into it, and the
yeah,
questions we're asking and all that kind of thing. But it is open, completely free. There are some pretty awesome visual AI tools out there too that are all free. I don't know if you've started kind of exploring those a little bit, but Linda, oh yeah,
Barbara,
those
yes.
questions. I was going to say, Linda was asking about what kinds of things. Linda, anything. Like, you can ask it to write an email about a paint party that you're going to have, and you tell it the certain place, and it'll write the email for you. You can ask it for subject lines. And if you don't like the subject line, you can say, well, can you put that subject line in a question? Like, I honestly think of it as like my very best assistant that I've ever had.
Hmm.
And they can go gather
Yeah,
the information to write the copy for what it is that I want to do.
it is
So
definitely a great assistant.
I did use it for a recipe, Diana.
Yeah. Sometimes though, when I'm using it, it's like system overload. That we're down right now. There's too many users on. Has that happened to you,
Yes.
Jamie? Where it's like
Yeah.
it's just kind of, oh, we
Well,
got to catch up.
and that's what they say with the pro version. You won't have to, if you
Oh,
pay,
yeah.
then you won't have to wait on the open system being available. So yeah, if you go in, Linda, and just kind of start playing with it and just ask it, write an email about, whatever, and then just guide it. People are writing blog posts, and
Yeah.
and it's all based on the one thing that you start feeding it, and it's a chat. So you can say, well, pull out the 3 points, write a social media post, whatever.
So you just keep that one chat going, like you ask an initial question and then it's like, okay, now do this, now do
Right.
this. And then you can, when you're done with that topic, subject, whatever, you can end that chat and then you
Yeah,
can
and it saves it.
start a new one. Right. Like
Yeah.
I use it mostly on my cell phone. I don't know why. Probably because
Yeah,
I always have my cell phone connected to me, right? But using it on my laptop is even way
yeah.
better actually.
Oh
So
yeah.
because you can, like you were saying, how it saves what you ask it. You can go back and you can click on any of those because it shows, well, I can see it on the computer a lot easier. Anyway, on my end.
Yeah. So Brenda, it's a website. So if you go to just search, in Google Chat GPT, it you should find it that way. But just don't pay for it. It's an open source.
Brenda, you can talk to me anytime. Brenda's one of my best buds, my business buddies. She's an incredible oil painter, has a
Oh, we were talking
successful
about
business.
oils last night. I took a class in oils and I didn't like it.
I have dabbled in oils
Yeah.
and it's not really my thing either, but I know it's just because I haven't given it enough time. But I've just been
Yeah.
so used to creating in acrylics. I started creating in acrylics years ago. And, when I was thinking about other mediums and stuff, my kids were just babies at that point. And it's like, no, I didn't want any like chemicals in the house or
Right, the
anything like
turpentine,
that.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so then I just got really used to just painting in acrylics and now that's just my thing. But I mean, I have no doubt, Jamie, you and I could learn it if we wanted to, but it's like, you know, how much time do we have in a day, right? Because I know we're running our
Yeah, and
businesses.
I just didn't want the extra materials and yeah, the smells. I'm very sensitive
Yeah,
to smells and
same.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Diana.
Oh, I didn't know that, Diana. That's very cool.
So, Jamie, here's a question. If we were just having coffee chat, I would ask you. So, I, believe it or not, for all these years, over the past 2 years since I've run my Creative Warrior membership, I do give, even though the membership is mostly geared towards marketing, your artwork online. I do give one painting tutorial per month that I give them
Oh,
gold
okay.
price designs to. And then within that painting tutorial, I give them marketing packs so they can easily grab and go and just make money with a painting, right? Because
Hmm.
they're members, and then here you go, you can use it. And this entire time, believe it or not, I'm so frugal, and I think we all should be in business, right? Only pay when you need to pay, kind of thing. But I'm at that point where it's like, I probably should upgrade my Canva because believe it or not, Jamie, I've been using the free version of Canva to make these marketing packs. And I even did a little video for them to show them how you easily can overlay if you want to put your own painting on the marketing pack, which they can. And some of them do that. But it's like, I need to make an editable version. And I know one of my newer members, Kellen, had asked me, and then I'm like, you know what? It's probably time. I got to upgrade. So, Jamie, do you know, like, are there two levels to upgrade to, or is there just one Canva Pro, or how does that
Yeah, I
work?
think it's just the Canva Pro.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then with the Canva Pro, I know one of my accountability um, uh, friends had mentioned about the AI. Yes, there is some sort of AI in there. I don't know. Have you been messing around with it to
Yeah,
gain
so
anything?
I had gotten the email from Canva, so that's how I knew about it. So I think it's only available inside a document inside of, which makes
Okay.
sense because it's creating the copy that would be in a document. And it's the little plus sign when you go into a Canva document. And
Yeah.
when you click on that, it's called like Magic Write, I think.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
And
have to check it
so
out.
it's AI inside of Canva that will, so you don't have to go to the Chat GPT and ask it and then like bring it over to and copy it in there.
Yeah.
It will do the same type of things inside of Canva.
Awesome. Thank you for that tip,
Yeah.
Jamie, my friend. Brenda says, I only use linseed oil as a thinner and wash brushes with ivory soap, very little odor.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
Brenda, you're amazing with that. And Brenda has given some tutorials on that as well. So I remember,
That's very good. I didn't know that, Brenda.
yeah. Oh, so that's what it's called, Diana, inside of Canva, Magic
Yeah,
Write.
Magic Right.
Okay,
Yeah, so it's the little plus sign.
I'll write that down.
But I
I'll,
think documents
I'll
is
get my
the
notebook.
only, yeah, you got to take your notes.
Yeah, I always have my notebook. You never know when something's gonna strike. It's like, oh, and I love to use Google Docs a lot, but being artists, well, being human, right? Just writing stuff down helps our brain remember it
It
a little
does.
better. And trust me, people, I've got like 100 of these notebooks everywhere, loose papers. It's like, oh my gosh, where did that go? So, like, you know,
You know,
usually
I,
2 or 3 times during my day while I'm doing my chicken scratches, talking to people, helping my people doing, I will go into my docs and I'll be like, okay, I'm going to have to put this in this segment because I don't want to lose it.
yeah.
But I do
So
like to write it.
two things. Do you know about these pens that are called friction pens?
No, I don't
It's
think so.
Frixion, and it's I always forget it's Pilot is the
Oh,
brand name.
okay.
They're erasable,
Oh, very
like nice
cool.
erasable, like not like the Papermate erasable.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking about the paper man. I'm like, hey,
And
didn't we have those back in grade school?
yeah, they're way so it's got the little eraser up here. And I don't know for sure because I just started using them a couple weeks ago. They might be refillable to where you can
Oh,
because they're a little pricier because they're erasable. But I've used these. But last week I met with a friend, Diana. They're Frixion, friction. Last week I met with a friend and she was talking about notes and she had a notebook and I had a notebook and she said that she just got a Rocket book. So have you heard of that?
nope. I guess I'm out of the
So
loop with all of these pens and
I,
blocks.
I love the office supply stores.
Well,
So
you would know more than me because you do so many amazing like art journals and things like
right.
that.
So I
So
kind of know about the
you're,
markers and
yeah.
right. So yeah, we can get into all of that. But the Rocket book, it sounds like it's a tablet that you can write on and you can, use the tools and whatever. But then somehow you take a screenshot of it and then you can organize it. Or
Hmm.
I didn't look too much into it, but apparently it's a knockoff version because it's only like $35 or something for the starter kind of kit of it on Amazon. But it's a knockoff version of the Remarkable. Have you heard of
Hmm.
that one?
No, but I'm writing all this stuff down.
So that's a couple $100, and it sounds like it's a note taking system kind of thing that's more digital. But for those of us who like to write, like it gives you that kind of
Mm,
capability. Like I can do
mm,
some of that on my
mhm.
phone, but I haven't played around with it too much. But
Yeah.
this is more like a tablet size, and then
I think I would really like that, what you're talking about there. And
yeah.
Diana wants you to put it into your CBOB group, Jamie. Um,
I
the
think that I
name.
did put the Remarkable or not the Rocket book, in there. So Kindle Scribe is what Linda was saying, where he writes on it, can email the doc. Oh, yeah. And it reads his writing. That's what it kind of sounds like, and it'll translate it. Yeah.
Thank you for that, Linda.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. Well, anything else until we meet in a couple of weeks that you've got? I mean, it'll be February when we meet again. It'll be February 10th. And
Yes.
we talked about at the beginning, it'll be on my page because we're going to alternate every other week which page it's on. And I don't know, anything in particular will be the 10th of February. You can tell us in the comments anything in particular you want us to kind of prepare for, like we need to prepare ahead of time.
We usually ask too inside of the event because we set up an event on my page, on Jamie's page, and then we connect each other that way. So we'll both see the inside of the discussion area of the
Yeah.
event. So you can always ask those questions in there too. I know Madeline asked one for this week, and it wasn't a business question, but it was kind of cool one about Valentine's, and she said Valentine's gifts or memories. I know, like, thinking back through the years, my husband usually buys me roses every Valentine's Day.
Oh,
And he'll do that for me for Mother's Day too. And all these other, things that happen throughout the year. And then so I really love to paint florals as well as landscapes. So I've painted numerous, actually one pretty recently. I just sold it in my last art show, but I like to put them on the table so I can see them. And then I usually paint them if I have the time.
Oh,
And I don't think I probably should have saved one because I'm thinking now of all the different roses and the colors and the paintings that I've done. I don't even think that I saved one. And I always tell my people, make sure you save at least one piece of like a series. So this is like a flower series that's been going on forever. But I literally just sold my classic roses, I called them, during my last online art show. But yeah, I like to use them for inspiration. So when I think of Valentine's, yes, he buys me flowers throughout the year, but that's what I think
you
of,
always get
Madeline. It's
flowers.
like, and it's so nice to kind of put those into a painting because then, you have them forever because the flowers are going to die. You're going to throw those out. My friend Brenda on here, she does some amazing paintings as well. I mean, hers are unbelievable. And she actually takes pieces of actual flowers, petals and things like that, and embeds them within her painting in her oil paintings,
Wow.
and it is stunningly gorgeous. Just had to throw that in there, Brenda. I mean, I love you. But I don't know, Jamie, do you have any Valentine's memories?
You know, um, I mean, not any that stand out. I would say my husband and we met in February, just a few days after Valentine's Day.
Oh,
And so this year it'll be 10 years ago that we met. And we don't usually do like a lot of gift giving. I'll make him some things, but we like to do experiences.
yeah, yeah,
So, we'll go out to eat on Valentine's Day or, different things like that. So I was trying to plan a trip for just a couple of days around Valentine's Day. And finally it kind of wasn't working out. So we just the other day I decided like let's just not worry about it. So we haven't talked about what we're going to do on Valentine's Day as like an experience this year
yeah,
because originally it was going to be, a
right.
trip. So, oh, Donna says it's her birthday. That's awesome.
Yeah, very cool. I have a cousin who has his birthday on Christmas.
Madeline
And
says she got married on Valentine's Day. That's very romantic.
oh my goodness. I did not know that about you, Madeline. That's great.
That's
Yeah,
fun.
very neat.
So, well, what do you think? It's been about an hour. Should we wrap up our coffee chat? My coffee's gotten a little cold
Yeah,
now
I
because I
need to
didn't drink it
go
fast
and
enough.
refill mine and right. So
Yeah.
yeah, we most certainly can wrap up unless you have a last minute burning question. Go ahead and put it in here right now. And otherwise, Jamie and I will just wrap up and say bye to you all. And then the next time we're on, which will not be this coming Friday, but next Friday on Jamie's page, um, we will be meeting and hanging out again. I'm so glad that you're all enjoying this so much. Me too. I think it's just
Yeah.
a nice start to the end of the week, really.
Yeah.
It's Friday and it's like, everybody's happy on Friday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good. Well, everybody have a great weekend. Oh, Diana says thanks. Madeline says thanks. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, we thank you guys for showing up and participating and asking questions. So
Yeah.
it's
I had a
fun.
great time with you, Jamie. It was so fun to hang out. All
Linda
right.
says just yeah,
Okay.
right.
So, bye everyone. We will see you all in a couple of weeks. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll talk to you soon.
See you, everybody.